With the release of the finale of WandaVision, the discontented mass of childish screaming fanboys have risen from their darkened man cave and rushed to Twitter to exclaim their horror that the things that they'd made up in their head after the show's creation didn't in fact happen. So, with that being said, it's time to talk about WandaVision! Since the popularisation of the internet, and certainly since the influx of media considered events, speculation and the tendency to wildly theorise about the conclusion or sometimes entire story of a film or TV show before its revelation is a growing trend in media discussion. Any major franchise or anticipated release is now required to be preempted by a wave of articles from major newspaper sites and lowest common denominator clickbait sites alike, discussing the latest theories and predictions about the big reveals or the direction the plot will take. Now, theorising on its own is harmless and something I often partake in myself, discussing with friends whether certain characters are going to appear or what exactly a character means when they say, "It's time for the Jedi to end." However, theories and predictions are an aspect of media engagement that should be left in the before. Theorising about a piece of media before its release is a perfectly natural and healthy way to engage with media. However, what the internet has allowed is for these usually more or less baseless theories to be validated and repeated across the social circles of those who also enjoy the media being theorised about. Thereby, the theory is no longer a theory, but an expected truth. Something that must happen or the media will not be as good as it could have been. Rather than judging a film or TV show based on its inherent value as a piece of art and the quality of its content, it is judged based on whether or not it met the expectations placed upon it by fan theories and speculation. This trend has been exacerbated by the increasing content more closely based on pre-existing content, such as comic books or video games. This close relation to pre-existing content creates the expectation that any similarity to any other story will result in that being the direction the new story will take, in order to stay in line with the original work. This is often the case, but it's not a rule, and media straying from this cannot be criticised simply for being different to the source material it's based on. It's important that we differentiate this from a criticism that takes a technical flaw in the media's production or writing and suggests ways it could have been improved, which is a completely valid way to criticise media. This is criticism based on expectations of something before it was released, preconceived notions of what direction it should take and what should happen, rather than the actual content of the media being criticised. This leads us to WandaVision, a TV show unsurprisingly much theorised about due to it being a Marvel Studios release. Upon the release of the finale, many took to Twitter to describe it as disappointing and unsatisfactory, not because of the flaws it does have, but because it didn't align with the wild theories they had about possible character appearances or events. Many were horrified and even quoted as being angry to discover that an alluded to character, Ralph, was not Mephisto or Nightmare or some other character from the comic books, but simply a man that Agatha had co-opted to play the part of Pietro Maximoff in order to manipulate Wanda, a much more interesting idea than simply having him be Quicksilver from another universe. Some were also angered by the lack of a huge cameo after WandaVision star Paul Bettany made a very obvious joke in an interview about an actor he'd always wanted to work with and who he had very good chemistry with.
Character has not been revealed, and it is very exciting. It's an actor that I've longed to work with all of my life. We have some amazing scenes together, and the chemistry between us is, I think, extraordinary, and it was just fireworks on set. So I'm really excited for people to see that stuff.
In the finale, it was revealed that this actor was in fact himself. A pretty good joke if you ask me. Fans were furious that Barbiturate Snickers bar, oh wait, no, hang on, Blubber Whale Lingerie, no, hang on, Barrister Curlsnoot? Shit, no. Benedict Cumberbatch didn't appear as Doctor Strange or John Krasinski as Reed Richards. This furious anger and outrage is the result of a move away from true media criticism to a criticism based on expectations and speculation, a downright incompetent way to criticise media, and one that we've seen rising in the past few years, especially surrounding the release of major franchise films. Side note, my personal least favourite occurrence of this is in The Last Jedi, where people's expectations of the character of Snoke stopped them from enjoying a frankly fantastic twist towards the end of that film. So if you're sitting at your Twitter ready to blast out a furious tirade about how WandaVision was disappointing and unsatisfying, try questioning whether that's because you found the conclusion of the story unengaging and undramatic, which I can't say was the case for me, or whether it's because you thought you knew what was going to happen and you were wrong. My name's Matthew, and this is For the Love of Film.
Thank you very much for watching my latest video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell to get information about when I upload new videos. Make sure to like this video and leave in the comments something you are interested in me talking about next. Thanks very much for watching.